Welcome to the 15th Floor, a Radiohead reaction podcast where a Gen X father tries to convince his Gen Z son that Radiohead is the greatest band of all time by introducing him to Radiohead music one song at a time. This is another viewer request. The kids are back from spring break and we're getting ready to get back into Radiohead, but we said we'd do a viewer request next, so here it is. Coleman Diaz, a longtime commenter, listener, suggester, suggested Flogging Molly. Is it Flogging Molly or Floggin' Molly? Like ING or IN? But I always thought it was Floggin' Molly, but looking it up, it's under Flogging Molly, which just sounds a little too proper. Are you flogging Molly? Is that a bad phrase? Is that a gross phrase? That kind of sounds gross. Am I just repeating like innuendo phrases and everyone's like laughing the whole time? I was looking up the song. The one that was requested is The Likes of You Again from their album Swagger. And I always look these up on Amazon Music, and you can kind of tell how popular that song is, where it ranks in their by listens. And this one's pretty low on the list. So if you're a Flogging Molly fan and you think we should be listening to something else, feel free to suggest another Flogging Molly song. But it doesn't matter. This might be the best song to start off with, so we're going to do The Likes of You Again. I know I've heard of Flogging Molly, and maybe I've heard a couple of their songs. I don't know how long this band has been around. I should have, I try not to do much research, but sometimes I'll look it up just to kind of see where they're from or something, but I've looked up nothing about this band, although I know I've heard Flogging Molly. It just kind of sounds like one of those Vans Warped Tour type bands. So, I don't know. Have you ever heard of Flogging Molly?
Nope.
I don't know what it's going to be. It sounds like somebody that could, like an Irish band that could open for, or that you'd go see, and the opening act would be Me First in the Gimme Gimmes or something like that. Check out Me First in the Gimme Gimmes if you don't know who that is. Should we do it?
No.
Continue to love one another. Keep us. Okay, here we go. This is from Flogging Molly, The Likes of You Again.
Here's to you. I sing for my daddy-o as I lay him down to sleep. It's been so long since I lost my daddy-o. Hope he's watching over me. 2, 3, 4.
This is great. This is wonderful. I like the instrumentals more than the vocals.
I'm gonna admit something here that isn't gonna be the coolest, but I love Irish folk music. Now, I know this isn't Irish folk music. It's more Irish pub music. When folk music was becoming a thing, there was an Irish folk invasion with the Irish Rovers, Tommy Makem and the Clancy Brothers that came over and basically just played these classic Irish tunes as old as time with varied lyrics, and it sounds a lot like this. This is a very familiar sounding raucous song. And I maybe this is what Flogging Molly does, but it's a lot of fun, right? Historically, the lyrics are fun to learn. They're usually in these older Irish folk songs. They're either about drinking or they're about war, particularly with the Brits, or shaming the Brits in some way or another. The element that I like about them is the classic melody, and that's what you get from this, a very classic melody for what it is.
Jim came from a town, a cold and dreary place. In Summerland, he found himself the sunshine on his face. Met a girl, Camini Pearl, swore she'd always be his girl. Happy ever after till the tide ran out again. Pour me all your sorrows and I'll drink till you are dry. I'll love me in the morning, Christ, I'll love you till you die. I'll never leave, so never grieve, I'll be back before you know. Jim fell into the well and now the rambled on. Carried all his troubles in an unforgiven bag. Back and forth to paint the brick, colour all sea land. I've travelled all these years, he said, to only get this far. He crossed the sea, found the sea, his home was now a bar. And I'll never see the likes of you again. No, I'll never see the likes of you again. There must be more to life than this poxy life. All the aggro, all the pain. So he disappeared into a swine of beer. But the glass was empty once again, again, again. Walked him in an awful state, I dreamt I was at Peter's gate, begging for his mercy and the crimes that were at hand. He told me he was much amused to see the life I had abused. Best be on your way, but have a sleep before you go. So I'm ringing in the new year, the bells began to ring. Bax is in the corner, just about to sing. Time to get another before the final shout. You're sure to hear them roaring when they drag the bugger out. And we'll never see the likes of you again. No, we'll never see the likes of you again. No, we'll never see the likes of you again.
Obviously, because what it was, it got fairly predictable, but fun the entire time. The question is this what Flogging Molly does all the time?
I mean, the next song started to play and kind of sounded like...
Yeah, it started like, okay, here's another version of something very similar. I'm always going to have a soft place in my heart for fun, melody, excitement, high energy, everybody shouting, yelling, having fun. What a fun concert that would be. Is there anything musically advanced in it? It's hard to say no, because you always respect someone who can just really get down on a fiddle. I don't know if you'd call that a fiddle. In Western United States, in pioneer Western music, we'd call that a fiddle. I don't know what you'd call that. I'm going to keep saying Irish because that's what that sounds like to me. And I'm sorry if it's more appropriately classified as Celtic or something like that. But that sounds like just Irish punk, Irish rock, Irish pub fun. It's not visionary music. It's just fun, right?
Yeah.
If you get 10 people together and turn on that song, there's no way you're not dancing or you're not partying.
That's the thing with this song. It's just fun.
You don't want to take anything away from the fact that these guys are wailing away on their instruments and not getting tired. They've got to do a whole concert of this. There's a difference between someone who's trying to structure their music and say, what else can we do? What can we experiment? I mean, like Radiohead, who's like, where, forget about where the boundaries are. Let's go outside of the boundaries and conquer every region of the boundary and beyond. And then people will say, you know, there are boundaries and we're fine with that. Let's just have fun within the boundaries that we have.
Yeah. There are a lot of fun songs out there, but I don't think there's a single fun song, like a just fun song, nothing else. Just a fun song that's like a 10 out of 10 or even maybe even a 9
That's
out of 10.
right. Yeah, you're not, I mean, as far as like what impression does it leave on you eternally, you're not going to be like, I'll never forget that.
It's just like the Mario movie. I mean,
He said it.
Yeah. Hang on. The movie, it's just fun. That's pretty much it. It's just fun. And I haven't seen a fun movie in a long time, so I give it more credit than it probably deserves.
I've seen.
But just like that, it's more fun. But it's obviously not going to be the best movie of all time. Not
Yeah,
best.
it's not breaking new ground.
Yeah, it's probably at best an 8 out of 10, but it's just a fun movie. You're not bored the whole time, and it's the same thing with this song. You're not bored the whole time, but you know deep in your heart it is not a 10 or maybe even a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
So I'd probably give this an 8 out of 8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10.
Again, I know I just said
high.
I know I just said it can't be a 9 out of 10 or 10, but I still like fun songs.
Yep, I'll still give
I still like
Yep, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Everything about it is fun. Everything about it is likable. If you listen to that song, you're like, oh, that's just noise, or I don't like that. Then, I mean, maybe you don't like music or something. In the room where we do this podcast, we found that it's sitting on the floor. Just this hat. You can't see it very well. It's a very stereotypical. But we saw it sitting on the floor while we were doing the podcast. So I know people who might be hearing your score saying you've given some masterpieces, some clearly musically advanced, awesome songs, 7s or 6.5. But this is a first reaction. Yeah. You enjoyed it, and it's an 8 or an 8.5 on your music excitement scale, or your music does something for you. And I get that.
Yeah, fun music. It starts off high, but it stays consistently high. Like, it doesn't go down, doesn't go up. This song will always probably be around an 8 and 8.5. But songs that are musically creative, they might start low, but you gotta hear them more to listen to like them.
This isn't one that someone's gonna suggest. You really have to listen to that song so many more times before you get it. No, you don't. But thank goodness for that. There has to be music that you can hear for the first time and say, you know what? That was good. That was fun. Can I listen to a whole album of that? Outside of like a St. Patrick's Day party, I'm not sure that I could. If I'm riding my bike or listening to music in the car, that's when I'm just shuffling through different types of music. So you're on a long road trip and you've been listening to just heavy songs. Suddenly that one comes on. You turn that up. Everyone's just going nuts, going wild for 5 minutes. You're having so much fun. You're probably dangerous on the road. And then when it's over, you're happy, whatever. The next song is Push by Matchbox 20. And you've had your fun. I like a suggestion like that. I don't know if there are Flogging Molly fans on the internet who are going to really, oh, no, there's so much deeper stuff. Who cares? That was fun. If there is, great. I'd like to check out more of it. But I can't believe... It's just not a genre I've looked down, because as much as I love older Irish music, it's funny that I haven't really gone into the more modern Irish or Celtic punk scene. That was nice. That was good. Mm-hmm. Good request. Good job, Coleman Diaz. That was a good one. Continue to request those. We've got a lot of requests, but we're trying to keep it to popular type song acts, artists. But we'll be happy to try to get to everything we can. Next time we do a video, it'll probably be a Radiohead song. So if you don't think you've gotten your vote in for Radiohead songs, keep those votes coming, because we're basically just going to go most requested to least requested at this point. And try to skip around. So I'll keep giving suggestions of where we'll go next. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Or do they say smash? Smash that subscribe button.
Yep.
Yeah. What does that even mean? Click extra hard?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Continue to love one another. Keep listening to music together. You're now leaving
the 15th floor.